guys, Redneck Mini 14 here, and I'm going to start a new series of videos today. This series of videos is going to be all about flags. Now, the reason I started with this series of videos is because this whole controversy with the Confederate flag, which really isn't the Confederate flag, it kind of sparked my attention, and it just shows how governments just like to take away our rights of free speech, which taking away a flag is taking away a right of free speech. And it just kind of got me interested in the Confederate flag, and so I actually ordered one. It's still in the mail, but I also ordered several other flags because with the interest of the Confederate flag came the interest in a lot of different flags. And so I kind of came down to the decision of this is kind of going to be a new hobby of mine is collecting flags. I have the American flag here, which is going to be the starting video, but I also have several other flags, and I'm going to get flags of the states that I visited and the countries that I visited, and so on and so forth. Some historical flags. Flags are not that expensive compared to guns, and right now I can't really afford to buy any more guns, but I could afford to buy flags. So this is kind of my new hobby, and in each video I'm going to show you a different flag and what the design of the flag is and what each of the symbols mean. So I decided we're going to start off with the modern day American flag, otherwise known as the Stars and Stripes, or Old Glory, as some people like to call it. Now, this particular flag is not a very good example of the American flag. It's actually a very cheap flag that I got off of Amazon, and it's a very cheap polyester. The stitching it's only got one stitch going all around the flag, and it's kind of pulled out at some points. It was only $5 or somewhere around there. Very cheap flag, but I got it to fly out of the back of my pickup truck, and I figure if it doesn't fall apart in the wind, it should be good enough to fly in the back of my truck, along with a couple other flags, and I'll do videos on that later. But anyway, this is probably well, this particular flag, a lot of people that are watching this is already going to know it. So, of course, it is 13 stripes alternating red and white, and a blue field in the corner that is, it has 50 white stars. The 13 stripes, of course, stand for the original 13 colonies, and the 50 stars stand for the 50 states of the Union. Of course, the American flag has gone through many changes over the years. Since 1777, I think, is when the first American flag, the Betsy Ross flag, was made. And of course that had the 13 stars in a circle, and there were other configurations for the stars over the years. They had them in a star, they had them in like a U, and all these different crazy things. In nowadays it's just 50 stars in kind of a square or a rectangle. So anyway, that's that. And of course the colors are, of course, red, white, and blue. The white, I looked this up online, the white stands for purity and innocence. The red stands for hardiness and valor, I think. And the blue stands for vigilance. And a couple other things I can't remember. But that's what the colors represent. Now, this isn't like an official American flag. There are actually specific shades of blue and shades of red that are, supposed to be in the official American flag. It's called Old Glory Red and Old Glory Blue, which is a little bit darker red, more of a maroon red, and then kind of a darker blue, kind of like this, I guess. I think it's just a little bit different. But like I said, this particular flag is just kind of cheap polyester, and it has the grommets here for flying, and these are actually very thin grommets as well. Like I said, it was only like $5 on Amazon. But I would like to get a better American flag, actually probably several better American flags, and when I get my own place, I'll probably put either 3 or 5 flag poles. If I have, enough land to do this, I'll put several flag poles up, put the American flag in the center, and put several other flags on the sides, and do different things on different patriotic holidays like the 4th of July or Veterans Day, things like that. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm interested in right now. And let's see, what else do I want to say about this flag? Also, another thing about this flag is that each different stripe actually stands for something. If you ever done like a very in-depth flag retirement ceremony, you cut the stripes off one by one, and you throw them in the fire, and each stripe actually stands for something, and then the sea of stars actually stands for something as well. That I could do a video on that. I could look all that up and do a separate video on that later on. And also, of course, the flag is folded in a certain way, and it folds up into a triangle. I remember from Cub Scouts when we did projects on the American flag, research projects, and each fold of the American flag actually stands for something as well. So there's a lot of in-depth meaning behind the American flag, which is really kind of interesting. I don't really know what else to say about this flag. I feel like I'm missing something though. So anyway, that's the modern day American flag. Again, it's changed many times over the years since we became a country. We added different stars. There's actually one where there were 15 stripes and 15 stars. It's called the Star Spangled Banner. I'll probably get one of those later on. But yeah, that's the American flag. So subscribe to my channel, like me on Facebook. I'm Redneck Mini 14, and until next time, be safe.